Hi everyone, welcome to my first real video in M20 Standard. So today I'm playing Bant Flash, and I first want to talk about why I haven't really played this deck before. Bant Flash has been a thing that people have been trying to do for basically since Hydroid Crisis was printed, but it always had a few problems, and they really boiled down to two things. One was that the deck had the tendency to flood out. Hydroid Crisis was pretty good for this, but otherwise, if you didn't hit that and you drew too many lands, you'd just kind of die. And the other thing was that it wasn't actually that good at being a flash deck. If you had a Vivien Champion of the Wilds out, then obviously that was great. And Frilled Mystic is really, really awesome. But beyond that, sometimes you just couldn't actually play the flash game, and it was kind of embarrassing whenever that came up. But we've got two new additions from the new set that fix both of those problems. The first is Spectral Sailor, which is not the greatest flash threat. A 1/1 for 1 is like not really enough pressure to matter. But on the other hand, it is a flash threat in that you can hold up mana and draw cards if you don't need to spend the mana. So we're no longer super in danger of flooding out because all your mana turns into cards. And you do want to activate this when you start going off with Incubation Druid or something like that. Eventually you have enough mana that you can just really keep up with people. So I think this card is pretty good. I'm only playing 2 because drawing multiples is like really bad and it's not super high impact, but I've liked it when I do draw exactly 1. The second card from the new set, which is even more important, is Nightpack Ambusher. This card is basically everything you want in your sweet flash deck. It's a 4/4 for 4, if you remember Yeva Nature's Herald. That is a good stat line on a flash creature. It costs the same amount of mana as our best flash card, and so when you're holding this up and they don't play into it, we get to just run out our awesome wolf guy, and that's about as good as it gets. And then if we continue to play the flash game and just hold up our mana, it keeps producing effectively 3/3s. You run away with the game really fast. This card is great, and even if this isn't the deck for it, I'm sure it's going to find a home in Standard. It has felt so powerful for me. And then the one other change from previous flash decks to go with Nightpack Ambusher is Tolsimir, Friend to Wolves. This card is 6 power and toughness across 2 bodies, plus 3 life, plus possibly a removal spell for 5 mana, which is pretty dang good, but it was never quite good enough. There were other cards that were just a little better. People would play like Vivien Reed or the most recent 5 mana Nissa, and those really outperformed it. But I think Tolsimir gets the nod, both because we want to keep our creature count really high. We are currently playing 8 non-creature spells, and we need a lot more creatures to make Vivien Champion of the Wilds and Vivien Arkbow really good. But also because of how good Tolsimir is with Nightpack Ambusher. Even if you haven't made any extra wolves, it makes the token, Voja, or Voya maybe, Voya Friend to Elves, into a 4/4, which is pretty good. It upgrades its ability to fight. I killed a Shalai with this token earlier, which normally Tolsimir cannot do. And then every time you make a 3/3, they get to fight and gain you more life. These cards are the best of friends, and in a board stall, it feels pretty hard to lose when you have both of them down. Moving on to the sideboard, we have almost entirely new cards. Deputy of Detention and Tristani are old. Good if someone's trying to steal your stuff. There's a deck that likes to steal a lot of your stuff running around right now, so I really want to have these. And Deputy's good in any matchup where they're not going to kill your creatures, so you can get rid of all their things. Leyline is amazing against both Thought Erasure and the red deck, so yeah. Loaming Shaman is good against the graveyard decks. Like I said, the Steal Your Stuff deck is kind of a weird reanimator strategy, and being able to shut that down is pretty good. Also good against the Command the Dreadhorde strategies. And finally, Vivien Arkbow Ranger. I think this card's really underrated now. The plus is quite good in board stalls. Being able to give your creatures trample means you can actually break through, whereas otherwise you just get stalled out forever. And the fact that her minus can hit creatures or planeswalkers is super relevant. There are still a lot of planeswalkers running around in this format, and being able to come down against a clotted board and take out a Teferi or something like that is super good. Her wish board is not super amazing, because she's a sideboard card herself, but we still have several options. Like, it's not like we're short on being able to go get a creature with her if we wanted to. So yeah, I haven't played that much with this deck, but what I did play I really, really enjoyed, so I wanted to get this out there. The set only released earlier today, and most people didn't actually get to play all day due to server issues, so the format's really new, but I want to go ahead and hop in. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, match 1 with Bant Flash. I'm excited to see what this can do. I played a few matches, and a couple I just got run over, and that was pretty bad. But, the ones I really got to play in the game went wrong. The deck felt super powerful. This hand's taking a bit more damage than I would like, but we get to go Sailor into Branchwalker on the play, so we're applying pretty good pressure. And if we find a white land, we have Deputy, too. Ideally, we just want to find a couple more lands so we can just completely curve out. Uh-oh. Spectral Sailor going down. I guess... Huh. I didn't even think about it, but I just assumed that I was going to do that 100%, so I didn't even consider waiting and flashing it in, but, maybe I should have. I didn't expect it to get shocked. Spectral Sailor doesn't die very often. Okay, so this is like a big red type thing, not like an aggro deck. So we can get rid of this with Deputy. They'll probably get it back, but I'm fine with them spending a removal spell. Alternatively, I could get down Arkbow plus Elves, but that also doesn't do much, because we're planning to have 4 mana for the next turn anyway. Huh. I think we can let this sit for 1 turn, because they're not going to be able to play a Chandra and immediately activate it to get value. But I'm just going to take it out now. This card scares me a little bit. And like I said, getting these down doesn't mean too much yet, although it's awkward. You want to make sure you play your Flash Enabler before you play your Nightpack Ambusher. And what I mean by that is we want to have our Vivien's Arkbow down before this, because this turn if we flash in the Ambusher, and then we untap, we don't really have anything to do at instant speed, so we'll have to play spells, and then we're not going to get our Wolf. And so that's just kind of awkward. So I'm actually going to take this opportunity to play out these 2 cards. Probably look to pitch Llanowar Elves to the Vivien's Arkbow at some point. I'm kind of playing into like a sweeper here, like a Ritual of Soot, but I'm not even playing into it that badly. We'll still get to untap and say go and Nightpack them. Okay. Got my thing, that's fine. They're starting to run out of cards. Okay. It's kind of scary. I'm gonna play this tapped and pass. Like I said, holding on to Llanowar Elves, probably gonna pitch this to Vivien's Arkbow. Activating with Exit 5 is the sweet spot for this deck, because that is when we get to put in Tolsimir, and that's the most expensive creature we're playing. Let's see what else they got. Another Phoenix would be pretty scary. Okay. Rick's Mighty Raveler, sure. Alright, let's go ahead and put in our friend. Ooh, that's not a bad draw. So here, this is a little bit awkward because we're not going to get our ambush, but I think that's fine. I'm just going to bounce this Phoenix.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Slows them way down. Huh, so if I play the land, I can activate with Exit 3, which is not great. I don't really want to pitch a card for Exit 3. I think I'm going to play the land out anyway. So what I might do next turn, if they just replay the Phoenix, is I am considering I can wait until my... trying to think of the best way to do this. I can, like, wait until my end step, and then activate Vivien's Arkbow with exit 5, try to hit a Tolsimir. Voya fights the Phoenix, then the Ambusher token will fight the Phoenix. The Phoenix Egg. Oh, or I can just draw Tolsimir. Huh, that doesn't quite work.
Don't worry, I got
I
this.
think I'm going to opt into giving up Teferi here. Huh. I could attack with my Ambusher, and if they trade, then Tolsimir can fight. But I think I can just wait. So I get my token here. Like, here they're really incentivized to attack. Yeah, they're attacking me. Okay. That is aggressive, but, do I want to do this now? Because, like, if we hit our other deputy, we can disrupt their attack, but it also opens us up to removal. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go now. Okay, not great hits, but that's fine. Glad I didn't take the Paradise Druid. God, I wish we had a Vivien. The fact that I can't get this guy in the way I want him is really annoying. That said, I think I'm just going to try to race here. We might get lightning struck out of this game. Oh, well, never mind. I forgot. Tolsimir gains life. Okay, so they would need something pretty extreme.
That's more like it.
And by pretty extreme, I mean double lightning strike would work, but I think they might have used that to kill the Nightpack Ambusher a while ago if they had that. And, like, if we get our next turn, in addition to just threatening lots of damage, yeah, the Ambusher token would gain us another 3 at the very least. Okay, that game was a little awkward, and I'm not sure I played it correctly, but we got there in the end. Okay, I think Deputy is actually bad, even though it was fine in that game. I think it's just gonna die a lot. Might just be time for some Arkbow Rangers. I think we're gonna want to shoot down their stuff. Chandra's Regulator implies that they have Chandras, so I want to be able to whack those. I think most of the rest of what we have going on here is fine. I could see wanting some Tristanis, but... And maybe Tolsimir isn't great, because it's not super good at taking out a Rekindling Phoenix, but we've got some okay stuff for that. What we really want to see is a Vivien Champion of the Wilds. That card makes the deck go from, like, pretty good to nuts. It's still funny to me that I just kind of lazily played out the Sailor, and it just got shocked immediately. Which is almost certainly what would have happened anyway. I would have just end-step played it, and they would have shocked before I could untap, but I was really not expecting that. But yeah, that game kind of illustrated some of the problems that have occurred in the deck before. We've got all these cool creatures that don't naturally have flash, like Tolsimir, and that means that if we don't have a Vivien going, the deck can be a little awkward. Ugh. This is kind of rough. I think I mulligan this? Like, it's really hard to mulligan Greenland Llanowar Elves, but we can't even cast this Teferi and have nothing else going on. This hand is better, although it's still got problems. I think I get rid of... I think I'm going to get rid of Teferi here. Tolsimir's powerful top end, so I think he's worth keeping around. If we don't play him till turn 4 or 5, that's fine. There we go. Yeah, I'll just play this to start. If they don't do anything, I'll probably try to Vivien. I think they're going to kill my Llanowar Elves, though. Yeah. Okay, Chandra's Regulator. That is scary. Like, this could ruin our day. Which one? I'm gonna play Incubation Druid. They showed us Goblin Chain Whirler. I don't want to get whirled. Gonna shock my thing, sure. Then they'll probably be looking to loot with their regulator. If I'd kept my Incubation Druid, I'd probably just continue developing my mana, but I'm going to take this opportunity to stick a Planeswalker. Even if they've got their third shock to kill her here, I should go up a card. So,
all things begin
yep, that's fine.
and end in nature.
They probably do have a more powerful top end than us, so we do need to get something going. Like, we need to start developing a board presence or something like that. But, we're doing okay so far. That's scary.
Scars are lessons written in skin.
So, it's a little unfortunate that we can't just, like, play some cards and downtick her, but... yeah. No. Submit 0. Don't want to give that guy vigilance. It probably doesn't matter,
Fight
but...
like a city brat.
So, if they do anything really scary on their next turn, we'll be in trouble. But if not, we're going to get to Llanowar Elves plus Incubation Druid here, which will give us enough mana to Tolsimir and kill this Chain Whirler. We're going to lose our Vivien, but whatever. Not a lot we can do about that. Oh boy. I think we have a new Tolsimir target. Okay, they're getting a little lazy here. Which is fine by me. Hooray for being an O2. Oh, then why didn't they do that before blocks? What's going on? Okay, now we really need to hit a land. If we don't, I think we're kind of dead. Okay, I think we're kind of dead.
The mysteries of life are endless.
I just went ahead and chose to sacrifice Vivien there. I thought she was it was going to be too difficult to defend her, so I thought I'd just get my last card out of it instead. We already hit our 5th land, so they need to kill our Llanowar Elves to prevent Tolsimir next turn. I'm just going to go ahead and run out another Branchwalker. Graveyard that. We don't really have the mana to be dirtling around with that now. So now we're, like, not in a great spot, but we've got a shot. They're going to need a pretty good draw. Because, like, they make the token, they probably attack with both tokens. We can trade with the 2-power one, eat the 1-power one. Or that's if they... God damn it. Ugh! Said they were going to need a good draw, and they found something. I'm going to go ahead and trade here to keep our life total high. And because I don't think we were going to get a better spot for that. Alright, so... didn't actually need my Llanowar Elves, but that's fine. Alright, launch this guy. Gain some life. Sure. Get him. Okay, now we're ahead. They need a good draw, like, right here. Because if we untap, we're going to hold up Frilled Mystic forever and probably win the game. I'm just going to say no blocks here. I can afford to take 3. I don't need to get blown out by a lightning strike if I try to double block. Yeah. So now here I can just sort of do this and pass, holding up this. Would really like to draw like one of our Planeswalkers or a Spectral Sailor or even just an Ambusher would be fine. This is so tense. Okay. Wondering if they have, like, light up the stage or something. Because I don't think they're gonna burn me out. Ah, okay, I see. I understand. And I say no. Did not need to... Yeah, I was gonna say, that draws 3 cards, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright, so we still have one more Arkbow in our deck, and so I'm gonna hang on to this land. We already have all the mana in the world. Oh, man, that's so brutal. Like, we've still got a good block here. They can first strike down one, and the other will trade, but... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So... Do I start building up my creatures, or do I take a risk of losing her? Huh. This is tough. Huh. I'm just gonna put counters on my guys.
My heart beats in unison with the wild. My, how you've grown.
Because on board, this, like, kind of beats what they've got going on. And also gives me the opportunity to wish for something if I so choose. Yeah. Like, they even had the lightning strike, but I forced the issue.
Stomping time.
This kind of shows how well our deck can grind. They've only got 5 lands in play. They've gotten to loot away a bunch. We have drawn 8 lands, and I think we're pretty ahead. So despite their card selection, we're, like, really in this. They draw another burn spell. Yeah, man! They've just run everything. For a lot of turns, haven't they? So I'm going to bounce their Goblin token, actually. They can just replay this without too much issue.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Huh. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Make a wolf. I'm going to trade my wolf for the Chain Whirler. And then I'm going to make Tolsimir nice and big.
I'd get out of the way if I were you.
Yeah, this guy has been baller. Alright, sweet. We beat Big Red on our first try. Things were a little shaky a couple times, but yeah, we got it. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Okay, second match against Der Schmitzel. On the draw. Every deck always wants to be on the play for basically the obvious reason that you're just a turn ahead, but some decks you feel it more than others. Like, this deck, when you go Llanowar Elves, Vivien, hold up Frilled Mystic, it feels like you can't possibly lose. And when you're on the draw and the opponent gets out ahead of you, it feels like you have no way to come back. That said, Tolsimir plus Nightpack Ambusher is a way to come back, so... Alright, I think I'm just going to mimic the opponent, because this is the mana creature most likely to live. Okay. Deputy of Detention will not hit my own Paradise Druid if I hit theirs. Mildly annoying. We have plenty of basics, so this is like not really a threat, it's just irritating. I'm gonna go ahead and get blue. Alright, I'm gonna go for broke here and try to hit a land with Branchwalker. If we do that, we also get to play Incubation Druid, and then we're all set. Yeah, there we go. So now we have developed our board as well as our mana. If they make some mediocre play here that involves tapping their Paradise Druid, we're just going to get to eat it with Tolsimir, which will be pretty good. Alternatively, if we draw a land, we can just, like, double 3-drop or something. Notably, if you play Tolsimir first, this is just a wolf, so it will get to enter and fight something. So, it doesn't super matter the order in which you play these. If they just want to spend a bunch of their mana every turn attacking my lands, then that's fine. People really try to do this, but if you build your 3-color deck correctly, it's just not a problem. We're totally fine. We don't have any double white in our deck, and we've got a plains even if they hit the Sunpetal Grove, so... So let's see, if we put this in untapped, then we can tap 5... 3 isn't really enough to do anything, so... but we can... I talked before about how you want to get your Flash Enabler down before your Nightpack Ambusher. So we can play this Arkbow, and then pass, and we're still holding up Ambusher, and then in the following turns, we'll get a bunch of wolves, and we can activate Arkbow. This is actually fine. So again, we still have 2 more basics. So, them going after our lands is, like, not gonna be an effective strategy. Okay, she resolves. What do you got?
How this thing goes?
You're gonna blow up our Arkbow, maybe? Again, annoying, but, like, not really effective towards
Dead yet.
generating huge advantages. Ooh, that's actually an excellent draw. So this will guarantee kill Vivien. We don't even really need the Paradise Druid anymore, because we have 5 lands, including double blue, for play, Sailor, and activate. So I'm just going to guaranteed kill her and start pressuring them. This is what I was talking about. Like, they attacked our mana 3 times. They spent 3 almost entire turns attacking our mana, and then played a Planeswalker, and we're just way ahead.
I've seen worse.
Bam. Free 3/3s. Pretty good. Are people playing this card in Constructed now? Okay. We've been fine. Spectral Sailor! Yeah! Alright. Oh, man. We have double blue and double green with double Frilled Mystic. I feel invincible. Note that this does have reach, so it can also block our Spectral Sailor. Boom, another 3/3. Whee! Cool. Yeah. If you're not being really greedy with your mana base, and I know I'm not exactly the one to be talking about that, if you can play basics, you should play basics. People really like to go after your mana in this format, and you can just tell them no. Again, I think Deputy of Detention is a little weak. They're black-green, they're going to have a lot of ways to kill it. It's just going to give them an extra ETB trigger most of the time. So I'm going to board in our sweet Planeswalker that can kill their Planeswalkers. Other options would just be like Tristani to try to stall out the board a little more, but I know how good Tristani is. I'm not quite sure how good Vivien is, so I want to play with this card more. I don't know if we're the best deck at leveraging her. Our creatures aren't super huge, which actually makes both of her abilities worse. Giving Trample doesn't matter as much, and the minus isn't likely to kill as many things. That said, we've got some evasive creatures like the Spectral Sailor, and loading that up with counters from Vivien seems kind of ridiculous. Just we invested in a flyer on turn 1 and then can turn it into a game-ending threat with a plus from our Planeswalker. Seems nice to me. Sure. This hand's not perfect, but... It does allow us for a turn 3 Nightpack Ambusher, which is pretty solid. Then if we do that, we're likely to turn 4 play Spectral Sailor and activate it. Okay. They have a good start, but they went really low. Which is kind of surprising. The London Mulligan is live, so I don't expect people to mulligan 6s that often. You gonna hit my lands again? Opponent, we've been over this. We've made it very clear. They probably are just missing black, and they're doing this to fix their own mana as much as mess with mine, but it is mildly worrying that we drew one of our basics. Okay, good. Just play out of Plains and Incubation Druid. Oh. Okay. Well, if we go to another game, I'll board out my Vivien's Arkbows. What are they even gonna get? Okay. I mean, I see what they're doing. I'm picking up what they're putting down. Yep, this taps for green, so I can just go ahead and Incubation Druid. Resolves.
Let's tear this place.
This is like kind of scary, I will admit. Oh, but this is not a combo.
Come to me.
Okay. Bashing Brontodon. Definitely gonna board out my Arkbows.
I am not frightened by you.
Little annoyed that we can't pick this guy off. Whew. We're not totally out of the woods here. Oh, that's a good card, though. Do I punch Vivien or finish off Karn? I think I'm gonna knock her down. I'm more scared of her. His plus, like, really doesn't do anything yet.
I'm not losing everything again.
Get our Wolf. And here we get to get in Spectral Sailor and Nightpack Ambusher, so then we're making 4/4s every turn, and these become 5/5s. I could have gotten in for an extra damage already, but that would deny us a Wolf and lose our surprise value. I think that's just really not worth it. So yeah, opponent has recouped their mulligans really effectively with these Planeswalkers, and they got some scary stuff off their Karn. But I think we're going to be able to run away with the board enough that this isn't going to be enough. Like, the Immortal Sun would just shut down their own Planeswalkers, and it will make us look silly if we spend a lot of resources killing these, and then they just play the Immortal Sun anyway, but...
You should leave before I make you disappear.
Might kill our Wolf here. They might wish they'd killed our Wolf. Woo, spooky. Okay. Going to combat. We're going to kill Vraska. We're going to guarantee kill Vivien, and then we're going to attempt to kill Karn. If they get the Immortal Sun down, like, after we kill other Planeswalkers, that's kind of whatever. We're going to have such an overwhelming board presence that I think we'll kill them pretty quickly from there. Probably going to opt to save Karn here, or, yeah, this is the other option. Just save none of them.
Every defeat is a new beginning.
And pass the turn. Double wolves! Man, 2 of these is, like, really, really gross. Okay, yeah. If they'd had, like, Find Finality, they would have been back in that game, but otherwise, that was, pretty over. Alright, here we are for one more match with Bant Flash. Really digging the deck so far. The first 2 matches showed very different things that we're good against. Like, we showed off our card advantage in the first match, where they were able to loot away a lot of their extra lands and we still ground them out. And, second match showed our random strength both in how powerful our Flash game was, but also how we're just not vulnerable to land destruction. Oh man, there are not many lands in our deck that don't tap for green, and we found a bunch of them. We've gotten all that. Whew! This is the London Mulligan, so I think we don't get a scry because of that, so I think we need to go down to 5, which is unfortunate. If any of these 6 cards were a land, I would be really happy about keeping this. Alright. I'm gonna get rid of a Tolsimir. I think just double Tolsimir. Early reactive play, payoff, early play that can help find us lands. I think it's between the second Tolsimir and Teferi, but I think I'd rather have Teferi. Okay, Godless Shrine, might be like Esper, something like that. Oh, this might be vampires? Oh boy. I've heard that I should be very scared of vampires. I haven't actually played against a good version of it yet. I think I played against it like twice yesterday and kind of beat it up both times, but a lot of people who are a lot better at Magic than me were saying that it's pretty gross. Okay, we're gonna see what they do here. Teferi might be able to buy us some time.
Let's slow this down. I've got time.
Okay, not a super good draw. Question is, do I attack and start pressuring their life total, or do I look to block and take 4 out of their life while protecting Teferi? The thing is, I don't think I'm going to be able to protect Teferi in the long term, so I'd rather just keep my Branchwalker around. Depending on how their draw goes, if they load up on a lot of Lords, we'll be in a lot of trouble, but just Ambusher into Ambusher, start making 4/4s every turn, should be pretty tough. Okay, so this is not vampires. This is some sort of feather deck. Well, now I kind of wish I hadn't attacked. Would have loved to try to trade here. Oops. Go and pass. Whew, okay. I see why they did that pre-combat, but they are about to regret it.
I abhor my need for blood.
Wolf time! I'm gonna try to block here. If they want to pay 4, that's fine. They're probably not going to go down to 7. If they do, well, they gain most of it back with this Sorin, so maybe this is actually... maybe this block was bad. I'm gonna pressure Sorin here. Pressuring their life total is really hard as long as Sorin is out. Okay. They're gonna need something good in, like, these 3 cards. Otherwise, I think I'm about to run away with this game pretty badly. I just, like, never need to cast another spell. Yep.
Time for a drink.
This indicates to me that they don't have a trick of any sort, so I am gonna go ahead and try it. Actually, I can just do this. I don't have to risk... Yeah, okay, they're packing it in. Alright, that's a reason not to be too hasty. As soon as I thought about it, I was like, wait, I don't need to risk my wolf, because I've got a different 4/4 that I can throw in there now. So against a feather deck, what do I think is likely to be good? I think Tolsimir might be bad. I think they're likely to grow their creatures out of range of him. So I can, like, put these Tristanis in. Deputy also probably bad, because I think Deputy would have been good not long ago, but they're probably going to play God's Willing instead of the Adamant Will or whatever it's called, the 1W Indestructible. So, yeah, God's Willing is much better against Deputy of Detention than things that give Indestructible. Everything else, I think, is okay. Like, I don't think any of these things are better than the first 2 deputies. Could see, like, Trim 1 for a Tolsimir. The gain life on his fight is pretty good. Something like this. This matchup could be tough. Would be very easy. If they get a feather down, I'm not very good at getting rid of it. And then they'll just get to keep replaying all their pump spells and I'll be in a lot of trouble. This is okay. It's not great. The fact that both of these enter tapped is, like, really bad. If we hit a green shock land, it becomes a lot better immediately. Turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Arkbow, turn 3 start holding this up. Oh boy. We are officially in trouble. Next turn we can look to, like, trade with this, maybe, if we're lucky. Ugh. Yep. Oh god. Huh. Oh, are they gonna Reckless Rage my elf? Yeah. And there were other ways to do this. They could have just attacked and hit me for 2 and then Reckless Rage there. I don't think this was the greatest use of that, but... I'm gonna continue to play it out because I don't think we're 100% dead, but I think we're like 85% dead. On the draw with a clunky opening versus an opponent who's on the play with a fantastic opening is really, really difficult to come back from. We just have, like, no answer to this. It's already going to go up to a 4/4. We have to try to trade with an Ambusher, and then they'll get to shoot one of our other things. And that's if they don't have... if they have nothing at all. Alternatively, we just let it hit us a couple more times and try to chump forever with, like, Tristani and Ambushers and stuff. No blocks. Uh-oh. Yeah. This looks like a God's Willing. Just gonna take so much damage here. I think if I ambushed, I actually have to block the Adanto Vanguard. You know what? That is not the thing I'm most concerned about. You can go ahead and do that. Just because if I block this, I take 6 from the combat and then 4 from there, like I'm basically already dead. I'm basically already dead anyway, but at least this I get to like pretend that I'm still playing. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Can buy back Reckless Rage? Yeah, we're just super dead. Yeah, like I said, if one of our lands had entered untapped, maybe that's different, but... Am I supposed to play these Viviens just to, like, actually be able to get a feather off the table? No, that's too bad. I think I'm reevaluating. Being able to get rid of, what is it? Dreadhorde Butcher, like resetting it even, seems fine. So I'm gonna go with that. And I don't know how much removal they actually have. Like, they've got Reckless Rage, but that might be it. So, Deputy might be better than I'm giving it credit for. Okay, hand's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Probably gonna go Incubation Druid into, like, Teferi Tapland. Dreadhorde Butcher would be a kind of annoying start. Well, not really. We're gonna lead on Incubation Druid, so it doesn't even get to deal damage on its first turn. Yeah, that was kind of what I was hoping for. Again, a Butcher would be kind of annoying here, but we don't really have a good way to play around that. So I'm just gonna slow them down while developing my board.
I'll protect you.
Okay. If they don't kill Teferi this turn... Okay. Wish we had a way to make your friend a 4/4. That's not really in the cards at the moment. I can...
No, I am not making this up as I go.
do something like this. Give my Branchwalker reach and just jump.
Every fight makes me stronger. Wait, you think nature is kind?
Oh, what I should have just done... I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I even, like, talked about it. Just play Tristani, and then next turn, the wolf will be a 4/4 as soon as I play this. And it can eat feather. Oh, my. Yeah, kind of just wasted a turn there in a game that could easily come down to one turn. I was thinking, like, maybe I can make chumping work somehow, but chumping just isn't even good. Like, honestly, I'd let either of these get hit by feather on board. Yeah, and then they just do this. God, this is such a gross card. If you don't remove it, it just ends the game so hard.
We will meet again.
Uh-oh. Is this leaving up their Reckless Rage that they just got back? Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Let me show you what was lost.
Well, gotta take that one. Huh. Interesting that they didn't do that on my turn. Yeah, this just seems kind of unbeatable. I just gotta hope they, like, somehow tap out.
I'll be back.
If
Just
Feather
like
catches on, our deck's gonna need to do something different. Because, like, I even, like, have enablers for Tolsimir here. I drew my one of Tolsimir, and I've got stuff going on to try and beat this, but it doesn't feel like I can ever win if they play smart. Tap land, sure. Dreadhorde Butcher, sure. Like they're just gonna kill this right now. Yeah, this is like so oppressive. If I could even have gotten them to do that on, like, our turn, then Tolsimir would kill this because it'd go down to a 3-2, but... Yeah, as is, I, like, just don't really see a way out. Huh. There's even, like, a weird opening here, because we did that on their end step, and so this Reckless Rage isn't coming back until the next end step, but, this is still a 3-4, so, like, we just don't have a way to do that. Yeah. Oh man, Wizards really likes their recursive play patterns these days, huh? Just lose to the same 1-mana card cast 15 times in one game. This just kind of sucks because I really enjoyed the rest of this league, but this is just really miserable. There's not really anything we can do about it. Block like this, I suppose. Like, every other interaction, we're just getting way ahead, like Tristani and stuff, but like I said, we can't beat the same Reckless Rage cast 18 times because of this stupid 3-4. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pack it in. We can't even, like, pretend to kill the Adanto Vanguard because they'll just kill the wolf with the trigger on the stack. Okay, so that last match was really miserable. If Feather's popular, we'll just need some, like, plummet type effect. We can't just lose to a card that hard. Like, this 2-card combo completely eliminated everything we were attempting to do. But overall, 2-1, and I really enjoyed the first 2 matches, so that was pretty sick. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. If you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe and follow my Twitch link down below. I'm excited for this new format. If there are more cards like the Wolf, the Ambusher, that are good, then we'll actually be able to do something besides get Teferi'd all day. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.